me some. Got that pineapple activist, bad bitch, trafficking, Chris, traffic, swagging bitch. Damn, I'm not.
Hey, what up guys, AtomicToastCat Gaming here, back today with another video. Now today we're going to make a tutorial video on actually how to display what your game is currently doing. Here, I'll go ahead and show you an example. A lot of you ask me this sometimes in the comment section or DM me. How do I do this on my 1070 and my i5 4690K? Now, quick news to the channel. I will be upgrading to the i7 4790K next month, just so you guys know. Also, I have decided I will be upgrading to a 1080 Ti. I am going to go Founders Edition just like my 1070 because I want to water cool. Now, one thing quick to the channel, would you guys want me to pick up a 1050 Ti to do review and gameplay videos on? If you do, please drop that in the comment section below or leave a like on the video because that tells me you guys want to see content from that graphics card. Also, content from the 1080 Ti. So if you guys want to go ahead and do that for me, please drop it in the comment section below. If you want the 1050, please comment that in the comment section below and let's get right on to the video. Okay, so what you basically got to do is actually quite simple. Oh, and one more thing. Just thought of this while recording. Also, I'm starting to record every single video at 1440p 60 frames per second, so I hope you guys enjoy that beautiful eye candy for those of you with the 1440p monitors. And also recommend, if you're watching my content at 60 frames per second, you watch it 1440p on a 1080p monitor for better bitrate game video, so it looks a lot smoother and the game looks a lot cleaner on your monitor. Alright, let's go once again, get right back into the video. Okay, so here's my basic profiles as we normally would on a normal day of an overclock. So these are my settings if you're interested. We've already done the fan curve video, so if you haven't done it already, go ahead and copy my settings if that's your thing. You can also check out that video. I'll link it right here. Okay, here is the actual monitoring program. Now, once you open this, this is where the fun starts. You need to decide on what you actually want to show your viewers, or for yourself. Here we have power limit or power on the GPU, how much electricity of the 100% range your GPU is using. Now, we did increase it here to 112, so it can go to 112% power usage. Here is the 1070 itself. Here's the temperature it's running at, the GPU usage, it's running at 14% running this little game. 1506 megahertz, because it's a stock-based clock, did not need a boost, and the voltage of the GPU. When it overclocks, you will notice the voltage will increase. Here's VRAM. VRAM is the VRAM on the graphics card itself. We are using currently less than 1 gigabyte. We are at a 4.2 gigahertz VRAM it is overclocked, but that's the megahertz my VRAM is running at. Here's the CPU. Now, I have the temperature of the CPU and the overall usage. Here's also the CPU, but here's every core and what it's doing. Here's my RAM. I have 16 gigabytes. We're using almost 4 gigs, a little less than 4 gigs. Here is the DirectX version. We're using DirectX 9 in this particular game. And here's our frame rate in the milliseconds per frame. Now, if you want exactly what I have, we'll go ahead and copy it, but you obviously can make it to your own. Like, you can change yours to i7 4790K, for example. You can change yours to what overclock you're using, and you could change yours to GTX 1060 or whatever you have. So, we're going to go ahead and move to the power. This is going to be your GPU power that I showed you right here. I'll go ahead and just move this actually over here. Move this. Oh, you can't move this. So, you move this right here. This is the power. So if you want to use power in your videos, you're going to want to go ahead and override the group name. Once that's set, you just literally type it in as power. Usually it's already there. You don't need to type or click this box. You're already good. You're going to go ahead and click and show an on-screen display. That will enable it in your OSD. You should also install Rivia Tuner Statistics when you install your MSI Afterburner when it asks. You want both of these and you want to show the on-screen display on. This will get you to be able to tinker with your colors. That's why my green color is what you guys see. I think it's eye-catching color. You can also change the size of that, all that, but I just like the way it is. And you can do some stuff. You can mess around and do what you guys want to do. Now we're going to move on to GPU. GPU is when you want to type in your GTX card or an AMD card. So you want to put 1070 here, 1080, whatever you have, override the group name and click the box. You also want to make sure you show an on-screen display. Everything I show you here needs to be in the on-screen display. Actually, I need to... There we go. Minimize that. Okay, so now you also want to show your GPU usage, but you want to show it with your 1070 stuff. So you want to add that 1070 override graph name and group name. You want it to be in this line of text. Now yours may be in a different order than mine. I believe you can change that by doing that. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to mess with it myself. But you can if you want to change the order than what I have it at. I like to keep the CPU together and the GPU stuff together. That's just my opinion, or what I like, the way I like to do it. Here's GPU speed or usage. You want to override the game and again show an OSD. If you have the option to show your span speed, that is completely up to you. You can add it to your 1070 at the end here if you wanted. Core clock, like the same. You want to name this one the GTX 1070 because it is the core clock on the GTX 1070. Memory clock, same thing. This is on the VRAM. You want to name this one VRAM. And then the actual memory usage, you want to memory usage that one. See, yada yada. Now, if you want to show every core in your OSD like I do, I don't like to show each individual temperature. I like to show the package, which this is the package right here. So I recommend doing that, but it's completely up to you. You can have an entire list of temperatures if you want next to this or whatever you guys want. But I just have the CPU package temperature, which is right here, and I named it CPU at 4.5 gigahertz, which means 4.5 gigahertz. I would add gigahertz, but you simply just can't. Right here is CPU 1 usage. I named that also to the i5-4690K. It has its own groupage. The 4 cores have their own groupage of i5-4690K. Again, make sure you check the on-screen display box. Right here is this overall CPU usage of your device, which would be right here. This is the overall core, all cores working together, your percentage of use, which is 8% to 10%. RAM usage, this is actually your RAM in your system. So I put 16 gigs of RAM. You don't have to do that. You can literally just put RAM like it used to be on my channel, but I thought 16 gigs RAM helps from people that don't want to go in the description, and I felt CPU at 4.5 also helps, so you don't have to go in the description for that as well. We are only running, like I said, less than 4 gigs of RAM, which is normal, and I add that to this SOD as 16 gigs of RAM. Now, frame rate's probably the most important, but you don't need to click anything. Just make sure it is showing an on-screen display. That one's actually quite simple. Frame time, that's another one you don't have to show, but I want to show frame time because some people are interested in that on certain graphics cards. They have different delays on times. It's more of what you're into and your personal preference. It doesn't really quite make a difference, but if that's what you're into, go ahead and check that box. Here's the last one on our list, and this is GPU voltage. Again, this is another thing you can add to your GTX 1070 list, which happens to be right here. This is not a necessity, just like the other ones, but I just threw it in there because some people are curious what my GPU power is at when I'm overclocking, since I do run this card at 2000 megahertz. So, when you have everything linked up in the end, it should look something like this. If yours doesn't look exactly the same, you might have done something wrong. You always could leave a comment in the comment section below if you don't know how to fix something. But that's for another video, or even help PM if you really need help, or even a Discord private call if that really is something you need. I will do that for you guys, obviously, and I do appreciate you guys. So if you have any questions, like I said, drop it in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. I'm really putting a lot more work into my videos now, guys. That's why I upgraded to 1440p. I'm upgrading my CPU, and I now have thumbnails for all my new videos. Now, I hope that helps you guys. Consider subscribing to my channel. I really want to put some work in, and I really want to make great content for you guys out there. If you haven't subscribed to my car YouTube channel yet, please hit that. It's also linked in the description below. If you have any other questions, go ahead and drop that in the comment section below once again, and like the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about this, or you need any more help, I can even go in way more depth if you really need to. Just go ahead, again, drop that in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys, and see you in the next one.